Hello there. So this is a quick video on how to replace a lug if it has gone bad on your drum. So from my experience is that I got a snare drum very cheap, Star Classic Maple, and the lugs were bad. I found out that after I could not get the tones I wanted, and then I figured that there were like little cracks in between the lugs, but it was on the snare. I figured that the lugs were bad, so I took the lugs out, and it turns out to be bad. So I just did the resonant side of this Star Classic birch. It's a 13 inches by probably 10 or 11 high tom, which I just took 8 lugs out so I could put it on my snare drums, and now I'm gonna replace the snares. I figured that I had to learn that by myself, and if it just occurred to me that if I do a video there might be others. So this is just 8 lugs that I bought brand new from Lone Star Percussions.com. Just make sure that when you're gonna buy it, the lugs, they are lugs for toms and snares, because if you buy to a bass drum, this is gonna be further here because it's gonna be a taller taller snare for the bass drum, so you won't fit your snare, neither your toms. Okay, so once you do this, these are brand new, but if you happen to buy used, you want to remove the rubber plate to check them inside for damages. So like this, you gotta be very careful because these are very expensive toms, lugs, you know, for the Star Classic, but others might have the same issues. So you want to open and make sure that there's no cracks in between here, this tension housing or whatever it is. Everything is like welded together here. There's no separation, and these are not leaning to either side. And the rubber plate, you can see, is brand new because there's no cracks, there's no marks in it, which brings me to another very important subject. When you're gonna place them here, you want to place them, make sure that these are out for the tension rods, and if you wanna put them here, make sure that, there you go, like that. And the most important thing when replacing your lugs is you don't want to tighten it so tight over here. Okay, so at the first sign, I'm doing this very smoothly. At the first sign of pressure, resistance, you just want to make sure that you don't want to tighten so high, so strongly that this rubber here will start cracking. Okay, so you want to just make sure that the lugs is like there and it's not shaking, not moving, because if you tighten it so much, the shell itself won't be able to like vibrate, so it's gonna sound choked. And when you apply the tension rod here to get the tuning you want, you're gonna be pulling this way, and you might end up cracking the inside of this lug and pulling this outer ply here. Okay, so you don't want to do that. Learn from me because I went through all these little mistakes here. Okay, so once you do that, just make sure you do that for every lug, and that's it. Okay, pretty much. So I just did that so you could see here how it works and what